Good evening, everyone. This is Zero. Just doing a quick overview of the champion changes of the base champions, excluding supports. We'll get to that later, though. This video is just going to be the champion changes in patch 3.14 of the preseason of Season 4. So some of the interesting changes here. Corki has been changed, so he scales better in the late game and is less likely to snowball, since they've basically tried to reduce snowballing. They've tried to change Corki from a snowball in the first 8 levels champion to like all the other ADCs, where he gets stronger as the game goes on and not necessarily has an advantage early game and kind of drops off late game. So Corki is definitely more competitive now in the later stages of the game. They changed Phosphorus Bomb, not really that much. It now has a kind of a travel time. It already was a little bit underutilized, so I don't think it'll really change much. Although the cast range has been increased, I didn't notice that before. But yeah, so it's not a big ability. The thing is, his mana cost has been reduced, so he can use his abilities more often. And Missile Barrage does more damage, which is good, because now it does 40% from 20 as it scales, obviously at level 11. So Corki's going to be more interesting to play later in the game. His ult will do more damage. That's one thing I noticed when I played Corki. When you get to level 18, your ult, unless you were basically chasing somebody and could kill them with 3 ults, it didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. The big changes for Gragas, we'll dig into them. His barrel roll's cast range has been decreased, but while it's casting, you can actually trigger it so it goes off on arrival. Whereas before you could like be spamming the button and it wouldn't go off until after it got there, and then it would take a second for it to go off. But now you can cue it to basically hit its target, detonate, and be done. Body Slam also deals full damage, full body slam damage, to all enemies that it comes in contact with. So they say in here the context is they want people to play Gragas a little bit more aggressively and get right in there in the fight instead of trying to snipe people with barrel roll. So they've reduced the range and increased the benefits of using Body Slam. They want people who play Gragas to strategically engage in close quarter fights. So obviously I think that works. The way I play Gragas right now is basically spam cooldown and mana and just barrel roll the heck out of my lane opponent, and it works really well. But this is going to make it harder to keep them at arm's length while still dealing decent amounts of damage. Yeah, so that's it for Gragas. It'll be interesting to see him play out mid, if anyone plays him at all anymore, because he's going to be more challenging, but I think he'll be stronger. Let's see, Leona. They've made her even tankier. I may have missed something, because I thought Leona was already a really, really tanky support. She's one of the few people that can play really good support, and then at level 18 just be this ridiculous tank. So they changed her base bonus armor. They've increased it, I believe, or decreased it. Oh yeah, they've decreased it. The base bonus armor, but they've increased Eclipse gains armor equal to 20% of Leona's bonus armor, which is going to be a lot more than they reduced off the passive. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Now she'll be even harder to kill, which is frustrating since she has so much CC. CC for days. Morgana, they didn't do anything except give you a ring that shows you when her ultimate is going off. That's really it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Nasus lifesteal has been reduced from a maximum, or from 14 to 10, from 17 to 14 or to 15, and it's 20 at level 18 or level 11. So or level it's 20% at level 13 instead of level 11. I was say that doesn't make any sense. But Nasus will still be really good. However, if you're jungling with him, you can't forget items like I normally do. I usually just don't buy items with Nasus because I forget, and he does alright because he has so much lifesteal, but that won't really work as well anymore. So it'll be interesting to see. They just want to make sure he doesn't just camp lane until he goes back and buys a full Trinity Force, or go back and buy a full Frozen Gauntlet or whatever it is. Let's see, Nautilus. They're buffing him so that his root is longer, giving him even more CC, even though he's one of the champs that I think between him and Leona have the most CC in the game. They've made it longer, so good luck with that. Nidalee, this change has been a while coming. They've changed the mechanics, so now where it's thrown from, the javelin, is where it counts as distance, because it used to be that Nidalee could throw a spear, run away as fast as she could, and then if the spear hit you, it would register that it had been thrown from a really long range when even past maximum range, because she'd run away, increasing the range. But now it goes from where it was cast to where it hit. And it also doesn't do any travel bonus damage if it's within Nidalee's regular attack range. So that'll make it a little bit less ridiculous. And then also her W, which is little traps, will not last as long. It only lasts 8 seconds instead of 12. 12 is a really long time for a debuff that strong. That's it for Nidalee, so hopefully she's played less because I find her so trolly, but that's just me. Nunu's Consume has been reduced in just about every way, and they say it's because Smite was reduced, so you can use it a lot more, but it heals less and does less damage, I do believe. And then at the later ranks it stays about the same. Yeah, I believe it's actually identical late game. Yes, it is. Sivir, they're changing Boomerang Blade so that you can't just get an extra attack damage item and burst your opponents out of lane and just destroy your lane. That's really it. They changed Boomerang Blade so you can't just, if you get a good shot off and hit the ADC and then the support with the first 2 hits of it, you basically have now forced them to play super cautious because it's going to be off cooldown in a minute and you can kill them the second time around. So they've changed that a little bit. Vayne's Condemn is the only change they've made for her, so it doesn't really affect her gameplay much. You no longer are CC'd for like half a second at the end of it, and she also doesn't hit you with it and then automatically auto attack, so that you're taking damage from the ability and also from an auto attack in the same click. I never even noticed it did that, but yeah, that would be a little ridiculous. So those are all the changes for Vayne: Sivir, Nunu, Nidalee, Nautilus, Nasus, Morgana, Leona, Gragas, and Corki. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be posting videos of some of the other changes. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, rude remarks down below, and I look forward to playing with you soon.